But isn't NASA like an American company? What about other countries?
No.
They have
What?
NASA too?
No.
Yeah,
What?
NASA has been working with the Russians all throughout, this so-called
And the
Cold
UN.
War.
It's part of the UN nation, man. It's like their own freaking entity above
Right,
the
ever
UN.
since World War II, right, when some German people were trying to do a so-called experiment to prove Einstein, right, ever since then, right, Russia has been open with their scientists and we've been sharing information, right? You can go back and look at the treaties that we have where we can spy over Russia and they can spy over us, right? And you might think that the whole world is like all these separate countries, but I don't know if you've been around for the past couple of years, but every website, every business, every country, everybody wearing these face nappies all over the world, they all got the same words written on every website, every business, all over the world. These same words. Now, if these countries were all separate, what authority made them all write the same words on their websites and on their businesses?
And all the
Also,
countries
NASA.
also will not allow you to talk about it. Interesting.
Non-disclosure. Thank you very much.
Also,
China,
NASA
America, right? Go ahead.
National Aeronautical Science Administration. Right.
Has any
Says nothing about agency, so it is not a space agency. Just remember that.
has any like government like forces ever like come into the server and like?
Pretty sure they have. They just have.
Yes, and I've scared. Yes, many times, and I scare them away every time. Yep.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
They either just say, "Oh, you're lying," and then leave, or they just spiral out of control, and we have to ban them.
Well, yeah, I say that because
Or say stupid stuff like you're twirling butt hair. You know, they always have something stupid to say.
Just stay a little while, and you'll actually get a hear.
yeah, tanks only work on a flat plane of existence. When they give you simulators, when you join the Army, if you go to Fort Knox, they give you this $1 million simulator to ride around and play video games for a couple hours, and it's on a giant flat plane, just like the flight sim.
And here's the problem. Flight programs, say simulators, autopilots, they all work on a flat XYZ axis plane, right? That includes these drones, these predator drones, these UASs that all these countries are using now. And if you don't think you live in a country where the UAS system has been deployed, you're sadly mistaken. But
I guess I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this, but I did a little bit of research on it, and I found some clips where they actually took a bunch of gamers and they had them playing games for like 5 hours, okay, like Portal, on a computer or whatnot, and then they had them take a test that these other people were taking as well, but these other people weren't playing games; they were studying the whole time. And they said that the people that actually played the games got better scores than the people that studied.
is that part of the Gamergate?
It was just a test. The other thing is when they tested like military people, and the fact that they learned the drone system and stuff like that, they put a gamer on the same drone and he flew it better than the actual military guy.
I believe that because I went to this dude's house one time and he was playing like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And it was the really good game. It was like the best one. Modern Warfare like 2 or something. I can't remember.
Gotcha.
But this dude was getting like 83 kills and died once. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because we don't have like exuberant internet. He was playing on an Xbox, right? So how is he getting like 83 kills and dying once? And I'm like, Jed, bro, what the fuck is your name, demon? Like, how are you getting 83 kills? You know, because I'm excited when I get like 15.
Bro, that's nothing. I've gotten 116 without dying.
It's pretty sweet.
What?
Sometimes.
What? 116?
Yeah, you just
They
the
even
controller becomes the controller or keyboard and mouse becomes an extension of your body, i.e., the computer becomes an extension of your body, and you're able to just with reflex do things without even thinking about it. Once you get to that stage, then you're competition ready.
You go completely into the zone and you just
You're
don't think about
in
anything.
the
It's
game.
it's almost you
You're-
predict sometimes where they're gonna be as well, so you can
Yep.
just
Yeah,
shoot them, like,
personally,
almost
personally,
Virtual immersion.
I feel like the keyboard and mouse has become part of me. You know, it's like something like that. It's like just your muscles get used to the movements.
yeah, it's muscle memory.
It works both ways.
No,
with the
they even
controller.
recommend surgeons. They even recommend surgeons play video games to increase their dexterity in surgeries
Exactly.
and their competence. So a lot of
More
surgeons
response time,
Honest,
play
yeah,
a lot of video games on purpose.
more
They get
reaction time.
absolutely,
more skilled.
absolutely. Orthodontists do it.
Not to be
Orthodontists
spiritual
play with
about it, but I feel like I've become one with my computer. You know, when it comes to video
Exactly,
games.
right? And as soon as you start playing something, it's like this is nothing to me. Even though it's just the very first time you played it, it's like, whoa, it's nothing.
Yeah, then when you're playing hardcore search and destroy and you're clutching it and you don't even get the heartbeat when everybody's watching you because you know
Holy
you're
shit.
left alive. So all the teams are either watching you or the other players, right? But they'd rather be watching you because they're like, yeah, let's watch this guy fuck up. Holy shit, how the fuck did he know you were there? What the hell? And it's just about knowing the mechanics of the game and what you can get away with, bending the rules.
Yeah. Personally, I'm a Radiant player in Valorant, and I get a lot of questions from the people I play with. Like, how are you doing that? And how are you so good? You know, and I tell them all the same. Like, the muscles, you know, the muscle memory of how I just move around and dink these kids. You know.
I've been playing video games since I was 5 years old. Started with Atari and went to Nintendo 64 or Nintendo NES. And then from there went to Sega Genesis and the 32X and the CD, then went to Super Nintendo and GameCube, past the 64 altogether. And I didn't like the PlayStation.
All right, sorry I brought up games, a little bit off track, but yeah, the thing is that this argument, this debate, it's not as cut and dry as you might think, right? You might think that, you know, if a flat earther debates a really good globe earther, the debate's going to be over in like a few minutes. No, this debate's been going for a few years, and it really didn't stop until the Black Swan came out, right? At that point, they had to acknowledge that there was no geometric horizon. And they say that the reason we see the horizon is due to refraction. And that's because throughout a few hours, the horizon moves from point A to point B depending on atmospheric conditions. And this atmospheric conditions has completely debunked the globe Earth model in the sense that you guys don't have a geometric horizon. It's completely gone. So I'm going to post the time lapse of Skunk Bay. And in this time lapse, you're going to see that the horizon is moving around quite a bit. And it has nothing to do with Earth curve. It's actually due to the sun perturbing the atmosphere, causing the horizon to move around. Right? So if you do take measurements, you want to make them early in the day or late at night before the sun has a chance to cause all these crazy atmospheric conditions. And when I post this time lapse, you're going to see that this isn't causing us to see further around the curve. What it's actually causing is us to see an artificial horizon on the other side of the bay where it looks like the bottom of the bay is getting cut off, kind of like you would expect to see a boat. Now, I posted two things. The first thing that I posted is the atmosphere acts like a lens, right? Causing refraction. And this is how the sunset works due to perspective and the atmospheric lensing. The second one is the Skunk Bay. And if you notice at the beginning, it's very clear. You can see on the other side. But as the Skunk Bay time lapse progresses throughout the day, the sun causes the atmosphere to do all this wonky thing where it looks like the other side of the bay is actually underwater at one point. But this is an atmospheric condition that's causing this. It's the Earth isn't getting bigger or getting smaller. It's not cutting off from the bottom up because it's going over a curve. This is a stationary bay that's experiencing refraction, or should I say light bending. And look, man, here's the deal. We don't care if you troll a little bit. Like, who really cares, right? We've seen it all and heard it all before. But if you're going to be a troll, like, be creative. Do something a little different. Don't ask us where the edge is, right? Because in reality, we're asking where your edge is. Where's your geometric horizon? And apparently, geometric horizon moves around. And there isn't one.
Refraction.
Refraction. Oh, you got us there, Globetard. You got us there, Glober. Refraction. We didn't see that coming. That's actually what we've been stating for years. So glad you're catching up.
Dude, reflection destroys what you're saying to us. So I don't understand why you even say that. Do you even know what refraction is? What's the definition?
There's some good facts in this video.
Is like flat Earth like is it a religious thing,
No,
or can you be atheist and still believe in it?
it's not a religious thing, and it's not a belief.
Oh yeah, I know that, but can you be
See,
atheist?
that's what I'm talking about. If you watch this video, it says Bible truth in an unstable world, right? So just don't even pay attention to that. But it's called The World's Last Chance. And basically, what these guys do is they put facts out there and let you decide, right? So they're not trying to tell you anything; they're just putting forward the facts of the matter. Heliocentrism, right? This was an esoteric belief system, right? Which means hidden. It was the occult, hidden in the puppetry of the schools. And there was a campaign that the church put out against the heliocentrists because it was blasphemy, because they all worship the sun, Helio, right? So they burned a lot of them and went against a lot of them. But what ended up happening was they adopted their school of thought. If you can't beat them, join them. So they made the esoteric exoteric. So they made the hidden what is practiced and made what was truth hidden. It's the inversion, right? So they've taken something that was known and changed it overnight, pretty much. Well, not pretty much overnight, but it took a few, like 50 years or so. But it was one of these things to where the Inquisition was started because of it. The Reformation of the Church was started because of it. A lot of things, because the fact of the matter is they had taken what was the occult and what was known to be the occult and made it true, and then took what was true and made that the occult. So they inverted reality.
What's your question? Do you need to be religious to understand the flat Earth?
Well, I think he
No,
asked if
what-
was a religious.
What the reality is that you need to understand that the globe Earth is a religion. And if you think I'm wrong, please prove me wrong. Show me the evidence of Earth curve, axial rotation, and gas pressure without a container. Right? Because what you believe is that if you go high enough, you can see Earth curve. Right? And if you keep going higher and higher, then you can see axial rotation. But if you keep going higher and higher, eventually you'll reach a vacuum. Right? Now, those are three claims that are extraordinary because none of us experience Earth curve here on Earth, right? Earth being the dirt between your feet, not the picture of the spinning water ball you see on TV, right? That's actually not Earth. Earth is actually dirt, right? Like earthworms, right? Think about it like that. Dirt and earth are actually the things that are between your toes when you're at the beach or when you're outside, right? And think about it honestly. Think about it. You've never experienced curvature. You've never felt the spin of the earth. You've never seen gas pressure without a container. But they tell you those things are happening, right? But I'm going to go ahead and make a similar claim. I believe, that's just a joke, of course, that if you go high enough, you can see unicorn nipples. And if you keep going higher, then you can see Pegasus tits. You can see Pegasus tits. But if you keep going higher, you might pass out because there's no atmosphere up there.
But are they perky?
I can't neither confirm nor deny nor back up my claims. I can't back up my claims. I'm sorry, there's just no evidence for the unicorns or curvature. Sorry. I mean, if I could back up my claim, I would. I would show you evidence of the Earth curve without showing you some sort of cartoon on TV.
So unicorn tits aren't purple?
I can't confirm nor deny that. I have no evidence to back up my claim. And I know it's sad that I don't have any evidence, but really the globe Earth is in the same position. They could show us cartoons on TV, stuff that could have been photoshopped, But when it comes to actual evidence, like measuring it directly, it's just no evidence. Sorry.
Can I ask a potentially ignorant question?
Sure, go ahead.
Is there a mainstream response to why we haven't had a live stream video of a rocket going up? You know what I mean? Live streamed, with a camera on it, showing us the whole process of, say, a satellite getting launched into orbit. Why haven't we seen that, a full video going up? Is there a response to that? Do they say something about the atmosphere, interrupting it or something like that?
Well, they say that they have shown us, right? But when you actually go to prove it and try to verify it, okay, what are you talking about? And you look at it, it's not quite what they're claiming. It never is actually quite what they're claiming, and they never show us that. So I'm sure they got reasons, but hold on. I'm in the middle of one. I'm sure they got reasons, but the thing is that if you claim something is true, you should just be able to verify it, show us that it's true, right? But they never show us the fourth wall, right? They never show us exactly how this is working in space, right? We just have to take their words for it. So often what you watch is a space launch will happen, right? They show us a rocket going up, and then they switch to CGI, right? With the Martian thing. And those are cartoons. So the thing is that any village idiot can explain what they see and give you an explanation. But it requires someone using the scientific method to eliminate all the variables and manipulate the cause, and you can see the effect. For example, when I add heat to water, right? The water boils. I take the heat away, it stops boiling. I just proved that heat causes water to boil. That's how the scientific method works. So what they tell you is that the moon's gravity is causing the tides. Okay, manipulate the moon's gravity so we can see the effect of the tides. They can't never do that. It's always a false cause.
I mean, it sort of sounds like a silly way to wake some people up, but sometimes I just ask people, or I even pretend, have you seen the new, live stream of, they put 5 cameras on this satellite launch, and they've launched the satellite. Then you just look up how high the furthest away satellite is, and they've launched a satellite that far away, so you can actually see, not only do we get the images, the CGI images of the Earth, like Himawari, for example, but we actually get to see the video of it getting to that position. And they'll be like, really? That's amazing. And you'll be like, no, they haven't done that, but they should, right? Technically, that should be something that's been happening for decades now. And go, yeah, where is that? Maybe you can find it online. Well, no, it's nothing. There's nowhere. Oh, well, not that I can find anyway. I've seen a few rocket launches with the camera on it or whatever, but obviously they don't go that high up.
See, the thing is that if I claim that I'm 6'3", right, I should be able to back up that truth by challenging anyone. Come to Texas, right? I'll meet you at the DFW airport. You can whip out your tape measure and then go on vacation, right? I should be able to back up my claim. So if I make an extraordinary claim, like I'm over 8 feet tall, right, I should be willing to say, hey, I'll tell you what, I'll go to a doctor, right, we'll do it all live and get the doctor to measure me, right? I should be able to provide extraordinary evidence. Like a doctor isn't going to want to lie on camera and put his name, on record as to lying and saying that I'm over 8 feet tall when I'm actually under 4 feet tall, right? So if they're making this extraordinary claims that the Earth is actually a sphere, right? None of us experience that. And it's actually rotating. None of us experience that. We see motion in the heavens, but how do we know that that motion is actually the Earth and not the heavens or the sky? So the thing about it is that there should be this extraordinary evidence, and not just cartoons on TV where this guy named Robert Simmons says he photoshopped the blue marble because it has to be. And my question would be, why does it have to be photoshopped if there's 3,000 satellites floating above the Earth's surface in space?
I tend to feel at this point that flat Earth is some sort of, I might be using the wrong expression here, totem, so that you can sort of tell if someone really is trying to critically think or they're just social credit point demons. There's this pastor in Melbourne who went against all the lockdown measures and kept his church going and he got put into prison for 20 days and now he's gained this huge following. And I private messaged him because on his Facebook page he's got a huge globe in the background. And so I private messaged him and I wrote like a massive thing to him, like from the heart, not trying to attack him, just trying to come from this place of I just want him to understand this knowledge too, now that he's got like this new important position of like people are holding up as a truther. So I've written him this message and I feel like he has I've just seen that he's seen it. And now, like, I don't know about you guys, maybe I'm taking this too far, but I feel like it's you can smell out the rats if they just write it off straight away. Then it's like, wow, rat, or he's legitimate and he really is trying
Right, 'cause if he's a man of science, he would know not to dismiss something without asking for the evidence first. And if he's
Yep.
a man of the Bible literally says that a man who speaketh on
Test
a thing
everything.
that he has no knowledge of, right, is a folly unto him to even speak about a thing that he has no knowledge of. So if he's never heard of the flat Earth, and then you send him this email, and he does anything but investigate, it is a folly unto him. Yeah, test everything. The Bible literally says, test all things and keep that which is good, which really makes, the Bible not a religion. It's more of a book of, dare I say science? It doesn't have the scientific method in it directly, but a book of knowledge, right?
Yep.
Because how do you gain knowledge other than testing things? Like, is this real gold? I don't know. Let's test it. Right?
Yep.
Is this pure Colombian cocaine? I don't know. Let's test it.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say that it shouldn't fear investigation either. Right? If something's true, by all means, test it.
I have a question from Big Man Justin.
So the first thing you say, big man, Justin, that's great. Go ahead.
Hey man, do you ever think there'd be like a big politician or someone in power someday maybe to come out and prove that the Earth truly is?
You know that is but what we have talked about before, and I actually said that. I said your question. You've got to understand.
Yeah.
We have talked about that, and I personally think that there is someone already in the top of the agencies that is playing their part so that they don't get caught in any way, but they are trickling stuff out.
Who?
They're just
Who?
trickling. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea.
Way to get my hopes up,
How
bro.
do you think that any of us know anything like this?
Yeah. Well, personally, I think if we do find out who it is, we should support them completely.
Of course, but the thing is, we won't ever know. He's not going to give himself away. Ever.
Because if flat earthers support him, then we blow his cover in a way.
Exactly. There it is. So he will never support the flat earth openly. Never. Unless, of course, it becomes education. Then, of course, he's probably going to be teaching it. and that's his
So-
way out. So he doesn't
So
have to
it is
say
somewhat-
anything. He'll just go with the motion and just continue.
So the answer to the question is technically no. If you're saying he'll never, then the answer to the question is no.
There you go.
If there is someone out there, I really hope they, find their way and really help this community.
We don't need any help. The
Yeah,
truth
this-
is a roaring line. You just have to
Truth
set
is-
it free.
is what's on our back, dude. The truth is helping.
Personally, guys, I think there's a lot of hate and negativity going towards that art community,
Of course.
and there is a lot of it, like a good amount. Like all my friends,
You're just speaking to the choir here, man. I'm telling you, we are preaching it every day.
and man, you guys personally, I think, are doing your part, and I think it's amazing what you guys do.
We just want to tell the truth. That's it.
We
Yeah.
love the truth. It's called the love of the truth, and it does set you free. We love being free.
I
We're
have
freer
been
than most
happy.
people could ever be.
I have been more happy these last 8 years than I have ever been my entire life.
Me too.
All right, guys. I've just got a private message from the professor. Are we allowed to read private messages on this?
Yeah, what professor? Who?
His name is just the professor. Are you fair income? Have you lost your mind? I will happily show you a launch and then the satellite being deployed. Before I do, please explain
Oh,
what those objects are in the sky.
Come in here. Please have him come in here.
We do. So he's got an ultimatum.
Oh,
Give me a freaking break. He's got an ultimatum.
Already
No. Let's just have him speak, but I just want him to come in here, please.
let me just keep on reading. Just for a minute. Before I do, please explain what those objects are in the sky flying from the UK to Australia in 40 minutes and back to the UK via South America, North America in 100 minutes. What do you know shaped like flies 8 times faster than any fighter jet? How come I can predict exactly where they will be and when? Anyway, if you care what you believe is true, why don't you ring Garmin, Navman, and TomTom and ask them where GPS signals come from? Ring up Foxtel
Towers.
and ask them where does satellite TV come from? Anyway, we've been
Towers.
through this argument a million times. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully,
Underground
Professor,
cables.
he's still typing to me. Professor, if you're still listening, come in and chat with everyone. Don't just write me a private message.
Yeah, you worthless wank.
He wanted to just write
What are you
to
scared
you.
of?
Not to- he's just scared of everyone here.
Yeah, he's lost the debate.
He
with
won't
this
write to
part.
any
Yeah,
of us
yeah.
because he knows the answers from us. That's the thing. He wanted an answer from you, Anthony, and he thought that you didn't have much of the answers. That's what they do. So don't
must
take
have
it
looked at-
personally.
You
Don't
must
take it
have looked at my
personally. 'Cause that-
tags.
he just looked at your tags and that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Scaredy cat. And making
Really scared to talk to any
ultimatums.
of
Oh,
us.
explain to me things in the sky. By the way, we don't say there's nothing there in the sky. There's things all over the sky, but to explain that,
Ask
give me a
Professor.
break.
Yeah, it's
You're-
Professor.
you're,
Phil.
Please,
That doesn't
Professor,
tell you the
come in
shape of the
here.
earth. Thank you, Professor.
Don't
You're on.
hide behind your DMs, please.
Yeah.
Ask the
I
good
must have.
professor. Hold on,
Guys,
just ask the good professor if he could tell you why he didn't tell you to directly measure the Earth's surface. Why is he telling you to look at things in the sky? Because if you go to get special boots made for you, right? They measure your feet. You know why they don't measure your head, Professor?
I don't.
For a hat.
Wait. Why don't they measure my head, Hank?
Because that's where you get a hat fitted for, right? We're talking about boots, right? So if we're
But I
talking
thought
about
my
the shape
toe
of
was
the Earth,
supposed to be fitted.
but if we're talking about the shape of the Earth, wouldn't you measure the Earth to find out the shape of it or the surface? Wouldn't you measure the surface, Professor?
what professor is this?
Oh, who knows? He just call himself Professor.
Probably a fake anyway.
That's what blows
Yeah,
my
I really
mind,
want the
you know,
answer
like,
to that question.
Like Hank was saying, I mean, there's dozens of methods to just measure the Earth, and that would just put the nail in the coffin. And they always go to space, or they always go to satellites, when you could just do a simple experiment and enlighten all of us and show the curve if it's real, you know. But they don't do that.
What I'm excited about is I've had a rough couple of days. I need a really good laugh, so I'm just excited for when he actually shows us the satellite launch and then the deployment from start to finish without any cuts. Isn't that going to be great, guys?
Yeah, I'd like to see that, but I already put a qualification. Explain to me the lights in the sky first. Yeah, well, you know what? Then you got nothing to show us if that's what you're going to say.
I agree.
Well, I've talked to him about this. He claims to play a computer game, and that's how he knows. And he wants us all to just believe his words. So I don't put much stock in Professor Phil.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't bow to authority or believe authorities. Sorry.
Guys, can I tell you like a really powerful story I had the other day?
Sure.
Right, so I was I'm a Radiant player in Valorant, and I was playing some Valorant today, and I think some guy, and he got really angry at me, and he was asking me, "What? How are you so good?" And it progressed into a conversation of how the Earth was flat, and he was very angry at me and my opinions on it, and I really shedded the light on it, and I really changed his opinion, and it was very powerful for me. I felt really good after.
You know, you can't troll here because that's a bunch of shit. Thanks. And you're muted because of that. Fucking moron.
Can I ask a
thing is-
legitimate question now?
Hold on. Just one more thing.
Again?
He left.
thing is-
He left after he said that, guys. He left.
Yeah, I'll be super quick. Then you can ask your question. The thing is, we're only offering you the knowledge how to test. Right? We're not trying to convince anybody of anything except for go out and test it yourself. Go ahead and ask your question, bro.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to believe me. I'm not an authority anyway. Go test it for yourself. Try to debunk it. Do a sincere work at it, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, the last thing I want is someone to just believe me. I don't want thousands of people to just be chanting my name, saying he knows it, he knows it. Go talk to him. I don't want that attention. Just know it for yourself, and then we can all be on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Be satisfied with your own knowledge.
Okay, so what's their explanation for air bubbles in space? Or, like, has that ever even been addressed? Just curious.
They have claimed that it's flakes or dust and other stuff from the capsule and outside of it. They don't have any coherent logical excuses for it. Neither do they have any logical excuses for why there's algae on the outside of their supposed spacecraft, but
Or the fact that 2 astronauts almost drowned while working on the outside of the ISS. You know, drowned.
It's one of the best ones.
Drowned implies that they were choking on a liquid, right? So when they were asked about this, I guess they were drowning because they take water with them, right? But how would you drown?
Why would you design a suit that had that kind of a problem? I'm just having a problem with that. Why would you put your astronauts at such risk, medically speaking? A potential drowning? Are you kidding me? How bad of a design is the suit then? That's insane.
So they added snorkels so that you can't drown. Now this is on an ISS one.
Even better. I want to know who's going up and repainting those paint flecks that are going off all over, because if that's been happening constantly for over 20 years now, or whatever it's been, How come there's not like big patches missing all over that thing? So I don't think it's paint flakes.
Snorkels, nice. That is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but people believe it. Yeah.
Ridiculous is right. Yeah. Yep. We can engineer deep diving suits and all kinds of stuff, but we can't figure out how to make a space suit that doesn't need a
Pretty crazy.
snorkel
Yeah,
to save
look
your
at
life.
that GIF.
They could say anything. Like the snorkel thing is so ridiculous to me. They could say anything and somebody will believe it just because of authority.
How's there a scuba diver in space?
Yeah, he looked real sweet here. They're holding the camera floating around in a what looks to be some kind of wetsuit. It's black. Kind of odd, isn't it?
Extra
See, they
funny.
passed laws. Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna add extra funny when you look at the pictures that are above, because in their neutral buoyancy lab, they do have people in the exact same outfit with the same yellow tanks on the back. So it's real bad.
Yep, same black dry suit, all that. Yep. No different. Pretty
See, they passed
funny.
laws in the United States. Under national security, the government can lie to the people. And they've also passed other laws where they can propagandize the people. Right? And this is a military tactic, right, that you use on the enemy. So why is the government treating its civilians, right, the people who elected them, who gave consent to be governed by the governed, excuse me, who gave consent to them that they could lie to us?
Well, somebody got rid of the Smith-Mundt Act about 2008, if I remember right. Slaves can be told anything now.
But why would they lie?
Why would they lie? Why would they lie? Why would they lie? Why would they lie?
So I just took some more pictures of a bright star in the sky.
So do you guys think they're hiding more land somewhere?
That's a huge possibility.
Speculation.
It's speculation.
It's
But it's
possible.
possible.
Speculation.
So think
Like,
about
'cause nobody could know for sure.
right. So think about this: when the Norwegians or the Norse, when they found Iceland, they reported back to Europe that they had found Iceland. Now, Iceland translates to tundra, right? So they told you they found the ice shelf, right? But in actuality, people live in Iceland right now because parts of it's very green. So how do we know what they're telling us about Antarctica, that it's a polar cap? Right, we used to have 2 polar caps, and now we only have 1 if you look at the globe Earth, right? It's changed over the years.
Yeah.
So there used to be a North Pole,
Yes.
and now there's not like a ice sheet on the north. Right? But they're telling us that Antarctica is a bunch of ice. How do we know there's not geothermal vents like there is all over the world? And these geothermal vents couldn't be irrigated to terraform Antarctica. But no, they want you to think that they're terraforming Mars, right?
So you think that it's a possibility that they're basically making Antarctica a more livable terrain or something along those lines? Or you're
think it's
saying it's
possible.
possible that it already is like there already,
already
is like
is.
green.
Both.
Okay.
So think about it. There's only one Hawaii, right? She's lagging. Think about it like this. There's only one Hawaii, right? In the Pacific Rim, right? All that volcano activity, and it's been like that for all of recorded history. And the Earth has been here for what, 4.54 billion years? There's only one Hawaii. There should be like tens, maybe hundreds of Hawaiis, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that does make sense because there's way more ocean than there is land. Like,
And that's why people that tell you flat Earth is a disc is just speculation.
You're breaking up, Medic.
I'll reset.
Yeah, it's just speculation that they could be hiding land. Right, but think about it. Think about how much land is probably out there that we don't know about. And if the Earth was a sphere spinning for 4.54 billion years, and all the plates were tectonic in nature, floating on magma, wouldn't all the land be centered around the equator due to centrifugal force?
I always wondered why it was so imbalanced on the globe if it was spinning.
yeah, that makes a
And if
lot of
it is-
sense. It would be kind of like there'd be like a band of land.
Right. But that would be the most unhospitable land, because right there at the equator is really hard to live there. Only certain types of people can live there. For example,
Right.
me being Northern European descent, if I move there, I have to take malaria medicine all the time, or I'll die. I would absolutely die.
Unless you had sickle cell or partial sickle cell.
Yeah, I'm like same Northern European, mostly Norwegian. I went to Africa. I didn't really take any medication or anything. I was there for like a month, and I got the sickest I've ever been in my life.
It's hard. Those are hard environments for certain types of people.
I don't know if you're familiar with Admiral Byrd. You could check that out, Conrad. They have an interview with him. Just getting back from Antarctica. If you want to look more into it too.
Oh, I know. I've looked into him before. I know about his interview and stuff. I was just kind of wondering, like, your guys' thoughts on it. You know.
And it's an amazing subject. I like it, but it's just speculation.
Maybe. Yeah. It's a maybe. Then we can't confirm anything. It's a maybe.
And he's like a lot of the reason like people believe in the Hollow Earth, right? Because didn't he say that he went on some sort of expedition to the North Pole and went like through a hole or something like?
There's a story written that he said that, but I don't think he was the actual one who wrote or told the story. But yeah, there is a story behind all that. So, but yes. The Hollow Earth, there's a Norwegian guy that made a story about it, and there's a story about him. So yeah, there's a couple of them out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of fascinating things that we're still trying to figure out. The moon, the sun, but at this moment, it's just speculation. We're trying just to figure this out.
Yeah, I definitely think there's something like huge at the North Pole. Like, for me, there's no way that there's like a magnetic field surrounding us that everything points to just for nothing to be there. Now, there has to be some sort of like giant magnet or like landmass or something. Like, I've looked at old maps of the North Pole, and there's like 4 islands, and there's like a black mountain in the middle. You know, they're really old maps, and I don't know how accurate they are, but it's very, very interesting to look at.
Mount
Yeah, if you want to blow
Monroe.
your mind,
Have you watched the Warrenons series, Conrad? My bad.
The what?
The Lost History of
For
Flat Earth.
one.
Could you post it maybe? I didn't really hear what you said.
Yeah, I'll drop it for you. Well, actually, someone else can maybe. Got a link on hand. I don't know where to
I might
find
be
it
able
right
to
now.
find it. I might be able to find it. I have a couple people I know that posted it up, and I have subscriptions to them, so let me go look for it. But yeah, he was just announced on, I think it was Globebusters today. Just said that he has been in contact with them and is about to drop some more videos.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
to
Looking
continue
forward
the
to that.
series. So I'm kind of excited to see
What
the
series?
next. Yeah, it'll be really good.
The Lost History of Flat
Me
Earth.
too.
Hank,
I
you
am
know,
looking forward to see
the
what he
one where you
thinks.
had
It's
some
just interesting.
speculation regarding
Arwana?
on the moon, you know, whether we might be a part of a larger realm, you know, and we're just our known world is just a section, you know, potentially.
Yeah, there could be a whole set of different countries out there. There are different technologies, different things. It's just the implications they're just grand.
Well, here's the thing: if they lied about the entire nature of where we inhabit, why would they not also just lie within the true paradigm of where we inhabit? You know, they would never
Yeah.
tell you. They would never give you a real map.
If there is other countries and other like people out there, do they know about us, or are they just as clueless as we are?
Those are answers I would like to.
Who knows?
There's people in our own map, let's say, that we haven't contacted yet and don't know that we exist. There's still people today living in the Aboriginal lifestyle. Look, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know, right? And we can speculate on till the cows come home. But the thing is that I believe Max Egan said it best when he said, we're not free enough yet to find out what the truth is. And it's like, well, we want to know the truth, all of it. We want all of it. But we don't have all of it. But it's not because we don't want it. It's because we're not allowed to obtain it. Because knowledge is power. And applied knowledge will set you free.
Yeah.
So, like,
humanity really needs to raise up quite significantly before we can get there, Hank.
Yeah, I mean, the Antarctic Treaty has to come down. We need to stop this endless war stuff, the Federal Reserve banking system. But, you know, people are so divided and so conquered mentally that we really have to re-brainwash people just to understand how powerful one man or one woman can be. Like Joan of Arc. She changed history forever. The history of Europe is never going to be the same after that one girl, 17-year-old girl, said this line and no further. And because she gave her life willingly, she inspired all the men to say, well, if a 17-year-old maiden can do it, why can't we? Or what about Gandhi? Changed India forever, right? Just one dude. What about Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X or Elijah Muhammad? Right? These dudes single-handedly changed America. Right? What about the carpenter 2,000 years ago? Right? Jesus of Nazareth. Just one person. That's all it takes. Or what about when people actually get together? Right? Like the 300. Or remember the Alamo. Like, we are magnificently power beings, and the reason that I say that we have to be brainwashed to realize how powerful we are is because who thinks about this every day? You have the ability to manifest thought into reality. You can carve a new path, build a new bridge, conquer more lands, right? But most importantly, you got to figure out how to conquer yourself, because every fight you're fighting against someone else, you're also fighting against your own desires. And that's what kind of holds us back, like our own nihilism, our own apathy, our own fear, if we could conquer that, like we're really like magnificent creatures, capable of much, much more than we're capable of at this moment. So what I'm trying to say is mankind has so much untapped potential that it's like ridiculous how far we've fallen.
Oh yeah, what we see in the modern day is but a sliver of humanity's true potential. We're actually, we're pretty caveman-like, to be honest.
How long do you think it'll be before it gets to the point where people start like realizing that we have like this potential and that we could do a lot more? Because like obviously there's way too much division right now, and probably in the next 10 years, but like I don't know. It seems to me like
simply how
yeah.
10, 20, 50, 100 years. It's much
I
dynamic.
feel like it's a long time. Like we seem so far separated from like the most people seem so far separated from like their conscience and like what the difference between what right and wrong is. I don't know.
Well, just trying to show people their potential is hard enough, right? Showing them, their reality is hard enough, because I think it was the head of the CIA said in like the early 80s that you'll know the disinformation campaign is complete when everything the American people believe is a lie, right? And if you ask your everyday American, what is out there that's a lie, right? That might be to name like one or two things, but they're not going to say everything that's clown world, everything's upside down. They're not going to tell you that.
The average person in America would just say, if it's Democrat, would just be like, oh, Fox News is lying, and it's Republican. Oh, CNN's lying, That's what they would tell you, probably. I don't think they could mention one lie that's actually significant to anything in the bigger picture.
I don't think most people are like that, right? They've taken away our analytics, right? Back in the day when the Flat Earth started kicking off in like 2016. They've taken it away, and we don't know how many people are actually woke. All we know is that the narrative that they push constantly is that we're the minority, right? But we're right now being the spoken minority, but we don't actually know what the majority says, right? Because the majority might be afraid to speak out on things like this because they might lose their pension, their job, their career, their children, etc.
And to add on,
we got. Oh,
yeah, Conrad. I mean, to answer your question, just an add-on. It's just been throughout history, that they've been censoring things. Just like Hank was saying about being free here first. I think it's really important. Just having an open source and being able to get information. I think it's the most important thing to go and expand. I think we have to work on getting the people here being open and woke. I think that's the first step.
Because Julian Assange should be a hero and should be like on the front cover of the magazines with his news WikiLeaks, right? He should be like the head guy because he's never been proven wrong, right? He's batting 1,000, right? Or I don't know how that actually works. He hasn't missed one yet, right? But instead he's like some sort of criminal, right? He's being held hostage and put in a cage like some sort of criminal when you're supposed to report on the news, right? I mean, like I keep saying it today, like the London Times has said that the government needs to shut their mouth basically because they're putting out too much information. Now imagine that, a news organization telling the government like, psst, 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 you probably don't want to. No. Shh. Right? It's usually the government telling the news to shut up. Right?
It's ridiculous. The thing is, it's to have Julian Assange as a hero in our Western world. It's contradictory, To validate him as a hero, and that yes, I totally agree with you. would mean you go out the next day and you tear down your governments. But people are not going to do that, so they'll take the alternative, which is to brand him a criminal. It's the easy way out, you know? You can't just acknowledge everything all the information he's released to you and then just, sit back idly as all the crazy levels of corruption go on that's been revealed to you. You know, you need to do something about that, but people would rather deny that corruption exists than acknowledge it. Because that, of course, implies responsibility. Significant.
Yeah, there's a lot of whistleblowers out there that never get heard. Like the Vaxxed. I shouldn't have said that. There's all sorts of whistleblowers, that everything kind of gets swept under the rug. Like there was an oral.
That's why you go
jab.
on BitChute.
Right, and World Truth videos. Even BitChute's been kind of crazy lately, but
yeah, BitChute's a bit compromised slightly. Still good, but.
And so is DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo's been compromised.
Yeah, I never trusted DuckDuckGo. I saw how it just suddenly popped
What's that
up
one? What's that one? That Russian vids hosts.
Don't know.
I'll find it. It's like 153news.net.
Does anybody here do much on the dark web? Just curious.
No, not me. I've checked it out a few times, but for me, it was like, what's the point of doing this? Like, I know that they're hurting you into, Google and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff, but it's like, what am I going to find on here, right? There were some weird stories and probably some illegal stuff and the end of the Silk Road, but like,
yeah, all that fucking.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, people going on the dark web and fucking going to ending up in the most horrific situations, like the shit they see. That's just the same old fear porn, basically. My thoughts is if there's a real whistleblower in a significant position of any institution in the world, they're going to release their information through the dark web. I mean, that would be the most the safest way to go, the most untraceable way.
You know what we need? We need to know the right questions to ask. So if there are whistleblowers, they need to give us the correct information that we can FOIA, right? Because if we can't FOIA it because we don't know what to ask, right, then we can't get the right information. Yeah. So if anybody were to have, say, some news about 9/11, right, maybe we could FOIA it, right? Or how about Tartaria? Have we tried FOIAing information about how Tartaria was covered up? Because as an American, like, how did I not know about this empire that existed like a little over 100 years ago? And it was from like, it appears to be from like the Middle East all the way to like China and Russia. And is that not like the Ottoman Empire? Is that not the thing that we went to war against in World War I? So did we kill Tartarians in World War I? And did they get finished off in World War II? And maybe now it's time for the rest of the Aryans to get wiped out in World War III, because what we've been doing to Europe is just flooding them with immigrants ever since the Arab Spring, like nonstop, flooding them with immigrants. And I don't really care in Texas, right? Because Texas is one size for everybody. It's huge. Everybody can fit here. But I believe in the old world, there should be ethno-states. Because imagine if, like, the Japanese got wiped off the face of the map because they got outbred. Let's say that they were, really intelligent, and they were like, well, when the economy gets better, we might have babies. and let's say that their country had like a new immigration program to where anybody could go live off the welfare for free, right? Before you know it, Japanese people wouldn't be Japanese anymore, and that would be like really sad. But like if Texas became more Mexican and white people had to move to Oregon, we'd still have, Oregon or whatever. So it doesn't really matter over here, but over there it kind of matters.
History is such a massive clusterfuck, though. It's hard to really know what is true and what's not with it. As far as whistleblowers coming out with information like that, how do you really verify any of it? Could just be endless kind of red herrings. As far as flat Earth goes, you don't need whistleblowers to understand it. That's the beauty of it. It's just the people that are in denial and don't really want to accept what they know to be true. So they're always throwing out, how many pilots have you got speaking out? How many astronauts have said anything? It's a criteria for them, not for us. I couldn't give a shit about what whistleblowers come out about what's going on right now in all of the world, and as far as flat Earth as well. Don't need it. There's already plenty enough information to make an informed conclusion that, you're close enough to the mark. Never going to be exact, but you can get pretty close with what's already available. And as far as flat Earth, it's based on tangible measurements that anybody can do. So don't need a whistleblower for that.
Yeah, man. We don't need no stinking whistleblower.
And they always they'll bolster the argument, but we don't need them. I already know that everything's been told to us is bullshit. So.
Anybody in here ever watch Westworld before?
I haven't watched it, but I've seen that scene where it pans out and you see it's a flat domed world, you know.
It's crazy. I mean, like there's a lot of things about it that made me like super uncomfortable. I was just watching it and I'm just like, it just seemed so like plausible, like what was going on in Westworld in a sense. Like it was just, yeah. Season 3, the past is the future. No, I didn't even get to season 3. I think I was like halfway through season 2, and it was just like, I was like, whoa, this just reminds me too much of like the type of stuff that I already think about, you know?
And just being surrounded by NPCs.
Yeah, it's a pretty graphic show. I mean, I'm a super big The Walking Dead fan, so the blood and dying and stuff didn't really bother me that much. But yeah.
What's the actor again that plays the older Black Cat guy or whatever he's called? Ed Harris? Yeah, so you got Ed Harris playing like, what was it, Christopher or whatever he was called in Truman Show. And that was all about a domed world. And then you got Ed Harris in Westworld as well. Again about a domed world, so
can't believe my ex kicked me off the HBO Max. First it was the Netflix, and now this. You know what she told me too? She's like, why don't you go ask your baby mama for the Netflix? I'm sure she'll give it to you. She was always super jealous because me and my baby mama get along with each other. And guess what? I asked my baby mama, and she gave me her Netflix without any hesitation. She did not care at all.
You do realize that this is live streamed.
Oh shit. Well, I hope I made somebody laugh. Oh, is this on the Globebusters 24/7? Is that why I see their name in here all the time?
No, this is 24/7 Flat Earth Discord 2.0 live stream.
Oh, it's on like YouTube or what?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, D Live, Facebook.
Oh, nice.
At least mine are.
I don't think she's gonna find you here, bro. Don't worry.
No, trust me, that definitely
Yeah.
neither my ex or baby mama are gonna be in here.
Well, check it out,
My-
bro. This is, next time somebody asks me how pro-gran am I, this is what I'm going to put.
Yeah, actually, my son's mom, my baby mama, she used to tell all her friends, "Oh, this is my crazy conspiracy theorist boyfriend," and then we broke up, and then all of a sudden she's a flat earther. I'm like, what the hell? You couldn't
Wait,
you couldn't wake up when we were together. Yeah, my baby mama, she's a flat earther now. She
right.
wasn't when we were together.
Not the HBO kicking off X, baby mama. Yeah, that sucks, bro. That really sucks.
Yeah, I know, right?
What the fuck? How'd you go from like? What was the time frame there, man? How'd you go from like ridiculing, with that crazy conspiracy fucking believing boyfriend to I'm a flat earther? That's a big fuck.
I have no idea. She said she learned she woke up was from some TikTok videos she was watching. That's what got her. I'm like, really? I was trying to show you like flat Earth in 5 minutes. I was trying to show you like ODD TV, Mark Sargent, Eric Dubay. I was trying to show her simple stuff, complicated stuff. I was like,
seeds, bro. Probably planted seeds.
oh yeah, definitely for sure. Cause I did the same with my mom and my stepdad. Cause they always thought I was crazy, or not crazy, but like they just didn't want to listen. Then they found some stuff on their own through their own research, trying to figure out other things. They found out some flat Earth videos, and then all of a sudden, my mom starts sending me links to flat Earth videos, and I'm like, hell yeah! I was like, finally, I knew if I could get anybody, it would be my mom. She loves the
I guess
Bible.
That's why you two get along so well, then. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my mom. I love my mom. She's shit.
Ah, your baby mama.
Oh, my baby mama.
Yeah, she's
And she's just super mature. Like I see other people, their baby mamas act like little girls, but I got lucky.
Sounds like it, bro. Maybe she will find you then. I'm gonna look for that link to that video.
There are some families that been ruling through the centuries, scripting the future and rearranging histories. Divide and conquer, they make us each other's enemies. Archons tapping into all our energies. I try to conjure up the strength and the ambition to spread the truth. I just hope you're getting the transmission. I'm not nervous or even scared, but I am tripping. This damn prison got people fearing a transition. Growing up, I never thought that it would be this way. Sometimes I just fall down onto my knees and pray, dear God, will everything really be okay? Why does everything in the world have to be so gray? I even have my days where I don't want to try no more. I have to stop and ask myself what I'm fighting for. Trying to unlock the answers, but I can't find the door. I want to rise up like a lion with a mighty roar. Rise like lions after slumber in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which in sleep had fell on you. Rise like lions after slumber in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which in sleep had fell on you. Rise like lions after slumber in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which in sleep had fell on you. Free your mind, but being awake is bittersweet. Sometimes you feel the emptiness, sometimes you feel complete. Your birth certificate is nothing more than a receipt to let you know that you're completely owned by the elite. Michael Jackson tried to tell us they don't care about us. Big Brother always got the camera staring at us. We live in a system that's way too far from fair and balanced. Everything I've ever learned, I'm now prepared to challenge. All these lies are not easy to come to terms with. The truth is something that most people aren't concerned with. I like to research all day while I burn spliff, trying to figure out a way to overturn this. Speaking and thinking will soon be under prohibition, so right now's not the time to be going fishing. It's gonna be kinda hard to get out this hole we're digging if we don't stand up right now and form a coalition. Rise like lions after slumber in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which in sleep had fell on you. Rise like lions after slumber in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which in sleep had fell on you. Rise like lions after slumber in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which in sleep had fell on you.
Could somebody play Kai's song? That, like, the new song, What's Its Girlfriend? Matrix. That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that one too. I like the new Music Guru Flat Earth Music Guru guy. He just posted a new song this weekend too. Yeah, Conspiracy Music Guru, whatever his name is. But he was really got a good one out now. If you haven't seen his new video, somebody should post it and play it. It's really good.
I don't know if we can play that on stream. Yeah, Big Pharma.
Yeah, it's really good. Doesn't actually say any of the key words, really. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, fair enough then, KJ. Go for it, man. It's an awesome song.
Juice. There's a deadly virus out on the loose. You best be scared, you best be protected. So roll up your sleeves and get your ass injected. Step right up, come and take my juice. They drop it like flies, don't you watch the news. If you don't take my juice tonight, you gonna get sick, you're gonna surely die. I don't mind if you big, I don't mind if you small. My juice so magic, one size fits all. Step right up, come and take my juice. Another variant, another boost. Now don't you judge my history, and I take no liability. Yeah, step right up, come and take my juice. I want you healthy and your children too. My juice don't kill, that's a bunch of lies. If it happens to you, I'll censor your demise. I don't mind if you big, I don't mind if you small. My juice so magic, one size fits all. I'm Big Pharma and I'm here for your health. Stop me, no harm. I just wanna help. My juice is free for you, my friend. 'Cause I know you'll be back again and again and again. Step right up, come and take my juice. If you criticize, I'll silence you. No way, nobody gonna ever hear. I'm gonna make sure that you disappear. Yeah, step right up, come and take my juice. I will pay the media to terrify you. 'Cause when you scared, you in the palm of my hand. Now you line up, and then you'll demand. I don't mind if you big, I don't mind if you small. My juice so magic, one size fits all. I'm Big Pharma and I'm here for your health. Stop me, no harm. I just wanna help. My juice is free for you, my friend. 'Cause I know you'll be back again and again and again. Come and take my juice. I'll shame and I'll blame if you simply refuse. I'll take your liberty, I'll take your rights, your body, my choice. Now ain't that just nice? Step right up, come and take my juice. You have no choice and no one size fits all. I'm Big Farmer and I'm here for your help. I mean no harm, I just wanna help. My juice is free for you, my friend, 'cause I know you'll be back again and again and again. I'm Big Farmer and I'm here for your help. I mean no harm, I just wanna help. My juice is free for you, my friend, 'cause I know you'll be back again and again and again. Do not be ensnared. Do not surrender your bodies to these wolves in sheep's clothing, pretending to help you when the exact opposite is true. Do you really think they want you healthy when they are financially dependent on the sick? Do not let them deceive you into their medicinal temple of doom, protecting you to death with their ungodly toxic potions. You are not their experiment. Resist. Do not comply. Rise up. Rise up.
Like it.
Fucking awesome song.
That is one of the best. Great job by him.
Yeah, he said he had a banger coming. He sure came through on that.
I recommend people go see the video itself too. It's pretty shocking. It's actually really good, but it's pretty shocking. Be forewarned if you go watch it.
What next, KJ?
Stop running in the hall. Good to stop. Slow down, sir. Slow down, sir. Stop running in the hall, sir. Anthony, get the class. You're never gonna become a college student at that rate. Got it. Fucking science. Yeah. Fucking science, bro. Lepo, check. Goggles, check. Nodules, check. Fucking science, bro. Hiya, lads. Welcome to science class. Bob, quit writing raps in your log sheet. No one's gonna sign your ass. Okay, let's get scientific. Fossil fuels come from years and years of biodecomposition. It's really just scientific. Why didn't all the fossils turn to oil? Some did, some didn't. Anyway. Didn't Rockefeller pay a scientist off the year Geneva Convention? Wait, what was that? You wanna come up here in front of class? What, you wanna teach? You really think you're smarter than me? No, sir. Sit down. Here's your homework on the atom bomb and the World War. How it affected us then and now. Well, I seen the footage and I really just want some answers. How does someone film an atomic bomb and it doesn't destroy the camera? I mean, I was just... Bro, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. Fucking science, bro! Lepo, okay. Check. Goggles, check. Right. Nodules, check. Right. Fucking science, bro. Welcome to history! We evolved from Neanderthals. That is no mystery! Well, why are there no monkey fossils? What, are you kidding me? I'm just saying. I just should have learned that way back in elementary. Man, this nigga don't know what the fuck he's What? I have a diploma. Do you have a diploma? Or we're learning this order? My wife is a lawyer. We both have a daughter. She's doing fine with the things that we taught her. I'm just using the scientific method. Did we evolve from Electronica Boy or Homo erectus? And all of the fossilized footprints in the fossil records don't show a line of thrust. That's not consistent with compression. What the fuck did he just say? Yeah, okay, smart ass. This is real knowledge. Save all the hippie shit for art class. It's really starting to bug me on this one. Gonna have to trust me on this one. I've done the studies on this one. A little rusty on this one. I mean, why can't you just answer my question on the subject? It's not in the fucking book. It's not up for discussion. Science. I fucking love science. I love science. Lepo. check. Goggles, check. Nodules, check. Fucking science, bro. Damn, must have been a hell of them Stegosaurus. It's over century burning fossil fuel. Still ain't no shortages. I ain't saying I'm Neo, but I'm nothing short of a Morpheus. Fuck, thought this was a globe. I gotta check my coordinates. You could blame my disorderly conduct on my subordinates. If it ain't no Coriolis, who's to blame for New Orleans? Why the poorest people always get extorted by corporate giants? We don't boycott, we buy in, and I find it unfortunate. Yeah, me plus you plus her, that's four. Bring your worst and I'm gon' bring much more. Yeah. Leave your nerves, your skirt both at the door. In case you know. Fucking science, bro.
Well, Earthshine is much brighter than moonshine.
Fucking science, bro. Level.
Moonshine.
Goggles.
Moonshine.
Nodules.
Moonshine.
Fucking
Moonshine.
how many fingers am I holding up? Come back competing if you bold enough. No Bobby Ray don't give no ounce of fuck. Your team is weak, you beat your bouncer up.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
Damn it, Deborah.
Born in a competition with a feeling that something's missing. Bred in a corn addiction with a synthetic composition. On the brink of a civil war or the forming of one religion. I wonder what came first, dinosaurs or Darwinism? Pledging allegiance to a flag since elementary. Writing curses and casting spells, stung by the spelling bee. And they say congratulations, you graduated. From slavery to paid slavery, you actually made it. Here, take this gown and cap and wave it. Like a celebration of going to school just to get a job to pay for it. Like a nation that traded its minerals in exchange for paper payment. Here, these are your gods, you have to praise them. I wonder who we worship if we weren't captured and traded. Consider this my affidavit. Yeah, it's the ruling class here to rule your ass. Prescription drug thug, cocaine, you your ass. Agricultural skills sure would suit your ass. But they say, living off the land is a useless past. Here, work for dead presidents. Food your ass. Any revolutionaries, they remove your ass. Fast, click, clack, quick blast, in a flash. Whiplash from the kickback or the impact. Push the shit back. As long as my head is intact, I be as political as I want, cause I get taxed. Nah, this ain't no fucking diss track. The diss track, a useless chit chat and syntax on whose ass is this fat and who has a six pack. Who's batting this average? Compare his passes to his passes. It's 1,000 sports channels. You can get this package or this package. Who's this savage? Hey, let's compare your emotional baggage to my emotional baggage to see who calls each other bitch fastest. Haters go out their way to fuck up my day, but I ain't even worried about your bitch asses. And it's quite the optic, hard to take your eyes off it. They make the sky toxic, prescribe the antibiotic. Make a high profit, divide the margin. You could die off it. If you do, they hide the autopsy. What the fuck are you supposed to do? More gallons in your kosher food. What the fuck is even kosher food? Third generation crops won't produce. Be careful who you keep close to you. I'm from Atlanta, but shouts out to my Oakland crew. They say Bobby Ray the older you is overdue. I say, hey, sorry, I got a little caught up exposing truths. I used to think, what would Hova do? Now I think, what the fuck would Macho Man and Hulk Hogan do? Now if Steve Austin was America and The Rock was Afghanistan, then Russia and China would be Triple H and Illuminati would be Vince McMahon. Now when the haters are the Undertaker, the crowd doesn't stand a chance when the international bankers are walking through the stands. Slide your ass from Zan. You think you a fan, but you really just a lamb. Niggas start trends every day, but don't ever get no pair of Vans. What the fuck is in advance? Niggas live on colored people time. What the fuck is in advance? I don't fucking understand. I just want my fucking bands. I'm a walking, talking human conundrum, like a Muslim going ham, looking for the promised land. False stories of Christopher Columbus holding Pocahontas' hand. Black history is the shortest month. I just hope you understand when the native Indians don't get shit, but Thanksgiving and some yams like, here's a few casinos. Sorry we took all your land. Well, let's just move on because America's great. Man, I fucking love it. Democratic or Republic. Lightning rod, change the subject.
All of these religions, I'm glad I found one. All of these beliefs, and mine's the right one. Trying to process all of this info you hide from. Till you wake the fuck up, I don't need advice, son. Culture and religion condition your mind, hun. Whatever's prohibited, I'ma defy them. The smell of freedom is making my eyes run. To authority, I'm the antithesis. I'm not a pacifist or a philanthropist. And I ain't got all the answers. I just got a louder mic and better stances, bitch. Oh, I'm sorry, did I offend you? What the fuck you think goes on in schools you send your kids to? What the fuck you think they serve for lunch? What's on the menu? That's my only ratchet shit, is what his kids is into. A language comprehensible. Friends do what they friends do. People act so fucking hard, but really they just gentle. Psychological children. Grown-ups with issues. Grown-ups with children who grow up with issues. Cancer tissues, abandonment, misuse, subliminal marketing, screaming, here, let me fix you. I have the cure, I have the remedy, I am the savior, I am not the enemy. But give me your money, give me your money, give me your money. Everybody's in debt, but this is a free country. They dock your pay, what a mockery. Why you on the clock? Hickory dickory dockery. They want cable, they want coffee, they want comedy. Anything to take their mind off being property. Trying to say it properly, working on my tech, but I am the anomaly. They know I'm the shit like an colonoscopy. They know I'm the shit by just looking at my discography. They know I've been sent to awaken this idiocracy. Mass media, hypocrisy, turn you to a worker bee, harvest the honey tree. I'm just being honest, B. Mother Earth quakes underneath. Father sky up above the sea. God the Father, the sky. Son of God, the sun. Amen Ra, the eye. No more amen, no more folded hands, goodbye. Adios, au revoir. Thanks.
Hey, was I wrong for posting that link about the BOB thing?
And among the participants at the Jekyll Island celebration were current Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke and former Chairman Alan Greenspan, along with a host of other regional chairpersons. And we have Scoop Johnson on the scene with an exclusive. There actually was a hot microphone there, Scoop?
Yes, Gloria, there was a hot mic. We could actually hear some of what they were saying. Let's listen in. Good afternoon, Alan. Ben Shalom. Helicopter Ben, how you been? Not bad, Alan. Lovely. Beautiful day for November, eh? Yeah, I was quite surprised myself. Talk about the crime of the century, eh?
Like Aurora Borealis, so incredible to observe. We must ignore what they tell us about their Federal Reserve, because folks don't know the half about Jekyll Island. So if I was you, I wouldn't laugh or heckle, my friend. When they control both sides and they can disguise the opposition, maximize profits and minimize competition. If they're in the wrong position, then the belief backfires. Some of the unsung have swung and hung beneath the black friars. Bad liars search the lost files in the pocket dwellers, even the